Hi guys, my name is Viraz. I'm a senior smart contract engineer at Camp Network, and today I'm going to be discussing extensively about EIP-7702. How has it, empowered EOAs, and how has it sort of also expanded attack services on the other side of things. So we just start off with a recap of what we've seen in the space in the last few years. So attack abstraction was introduced to simplify UX for crypto for different types of users, whether retail or other DGen users, so that we could get rid of the approved transactions when dealing with ERC20 tokens or things around like paying gas in different tokens, etc. Gasless transactions, and there are the list goes on in terms of how we could made the UX more much better than it was before. And we chronologically we started off with these three different EIPs and ERC standards that we've been sort of seeing in the space. So we started off with EIP-3074, which introduced two opcodes, auth and auth crawl, and that allowed full control, like a user to give full authority to the smart contract, to do the executions on its behalf. And then there were obviously some security concerns with it because you were relying completely on the, on the contract, and if a malicious contract or things like that happen, then your wallet gets wiped out instantly. Then we had ERC-4337, which involved off-chain and on-chain components with user ops and a bundler to basically prepare the transactions using the user ops structs. And then an entry point contract where you would send the user op structure, the structured transaction, and the entry point would basically execute it on behalf of the user. And lastly, which is which is the most important one, is EIP-7702, which is which we are using right now, which came with the Petra upgrade. And the idea behind that was introducing a new transaction type where you would allow EOAs to attach a new delegator, and that would do transactions on your behalf on a transactional basis. And so it improved upon what 3074 came up with. Now we talk about the attack vectors and the adoption that EIP-7702 has seen. So in this chart, you've seen this is the first attack vector, which is pretty common, which is, again, which I spoke about in the previous slide, around just delegating to a malicious contract, which can still happen because for example, a layman user or a retail user sometimes doesn't verify the delegator that that you are basically giving control to, and in one click, if you don't do your checks and verifications in that sense, like decoding call data and things like that, so you can just delegate to a malicious delegator and your entire wallet gets wiped out in one click. The second one is a bit more interesting, which is around redelegations, where if a user is is into using different account like delegated contracts, and they keep like they redelegate often to different delegator contracts, then there can be a case where the storage slots differ, and again which comes down to the previous issue where you don't verify the the codes part of the delegators, and because of the storage slots being different, there can be you face issues when doing executions or things like that with these delegators. Now we have this interesting Dune dashboard that was created by Wintermute, and as of yesterday, as of 18th November, in fact, we have seen there have been more than 5.5 million authorizations, more than 2,100 contracts. We have seen more than 12 million addresses who have just used these delegators. Now, the right chart is a bit more interesting, where the orange part is around the malicious delegations that have been made, which you can see is a lot, right? So that's the point that I was speaking about, that you need to be very careful when interacting or delegating to a different to a delegator. Yeah, and now this is the non-adoption part, where we have seen that this is a website called 7702 Beat, which basically states the days since EIP 7702 has been live. And these are the wallets or the dApps that haven't adopted it yet. And I believe it's not just, and notable people have tweeted about it, and I believe that it's not just about the attack vectors, but it's about the narratives that have been created in the space around meme coins or H4 agents and side of things, things like that, and which also have more business profitability as well, and that's why we have not seen this. But I'm on the bandwagon of people where I support it, and I believe that everyone should support EIP-7702. So yeah, thanks a lot, and thanks a lot for listening in, and I'll be around, and if you want to have a chat around this, yeah, thank you.